Hi guys, welcome to our ValZenDen. My name is Valerie. So first of all, can you guys let me know if it looks better in here, because I got some new lighting and I hope that I look more illuminated and stuff, so just let me know how I look. But anyways, today I'm gonna talk to you guys about the brand new spring collection from Lacquer, the What's Your Fantasy collection, a fairy themed collection. I am still shocked. It is so beautiful, and if you guys haven't seen my first reaction, go check it out. It's on my Instagram and on my TikTok. I can't put it here just because I think the video is too long, so I have to post it somewhere else. But anyways, so I'm gonna show you guys my swatches, my comparisons, and also I am gonna try to rank this collection, which I am completely dreading. But if you guys are interested in that, just keep watching. Okay, so if you guys saw my first impressions video, you guys saw that I did not get the PR. I just got it in the regular packaging, and as far as I know, the PR box is already sold out, which is crazy. Okay, so like I mentioned, the name of this collection is called What's Your Fantasy. It's so cute. And then you can see the polishes around. If you guys want to try to read, you can just pause the video. So the first things that I saw were these two, and I freaking lost it just because of like the actual cutout of the fairy wings. I am obsessed. I'm gonna take out the tattoos so you guys can see, because the packaging is really beautiful. Like in the back of this cardboard, there's like a fairy in the back, and oh, it's just so beautiful. So if you guys can tell, there's like print in the back. If you look on the inside, you can see a fairy there. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but like behind there, there's more images there, and you can kind of see it like on this side. It is so cool, so beautiful, so creative. So these are actually the nail tattoos, and this is what it looks like. Look how cute the tattoos are. Oh my god, I hope you guys can see it well. It is just like a ton of wings. I see some ivy, some mushrooms, literally my dream collection. All right, and this is the nail tattoos, which they are kind of, I think they're called like dewdrops. That just like reminds me of Tinkerbell. I've watched all the Tinkerbell movies like many times, more times than I'd like to admit, but there's like a water fairy, and I don't know if her name is Dewdrop. It's something like that, and it just like reminded me of her. And obviously the packaging is the same. It's like the same fairy in the background, if you guys can see that. Oh, it's so pretty. Well, now that it's out, you can see it looks like little water droplets. Some of them have like a iridescent kind of color. Like I'm looking at it, and there's some that look orange, some look green, some are like just clear colored. All right, for the collection, this is the beautiful, marvelous collection. I will try not to drop it because I will die, but this is what she looks like. Okay, so I'm just gonna start from left to right because that's how I did all like my comparisons and my swatches. So for some reason, I just gravitated towards this one, and this one is called Fairy Floss. And for once, I actually know the story behind this name, and this is how they call cotton candy in Europe or England or just somewhere. It's called Fairy Floss, and I've always thought that was so cute, so I'm so happy she named it this. Fairy Floss is described as a quartz pink polish with a fine diamond shimmer corelli finish. For those of you wondering, this is a similar, if not the same formula as Diamonds Are Forever, I Smell Snow, the two shimmery ones from the Polly Pocket collection. It is very much that formula, which I love so much, so I'm so happy there's like a beautiful pinky polish in that formula. If you guys have been here before, you know that I'm not a typical pink polish person, but when I saw this one, it just like, I just gravitated towards it, and that's why I started from left to right. By the way, now that I'm here, thank you guys so much for using my code or my link. I am so grateful for you guys, and you guys came through, and I don't even know what to say, but like thank you. That means the world to me, and you guys, I love you guys so much. Okay, so there was many polishes that I wanted to compare to Fairy Floss, but the first one that I compared it to is Strawberry Frosting. Obviously you can tell how much more, like the description says, like a more like rosy quartz kind of look it is compared to Strawberry Frosting, which is a more cool toned kind of pink, even though to me it's like a warm tone pink, but compared to Fairy Floss, it even looks cool toned. tone, so that's kind of crazy. So the next one that I compared it to is Candy Clouds. So obviously you can tell Candy Clouds is way lighter and it is like a warm toned polish, so I will give it that. But just like the shimmeriness, like this polish is so different than anything else. The next one that I compared it to is Mean Girl, just because I felt like a lot of people would want to see Mean Girl. Obviously the shift is like bluey, even though it is like a pink polish. Super different, so no worries there. And then the last one that I compared it to is Love a Lot Bear. Obviously it's way lighter and the tone is not the same at all. I just wanted to put it here because maybe it might help someone out. But don't worry, I will be posting my bottle comparisons right now, so just wait and see if the color that you wanted shows up. Okay, so I did want to include as many polishes as I possibly could, so I think I went a little bit overboard, so let's just begin. So Fairy Floss is gonna be on my left, and this one is right next to Zoe, or I think Zomo now? This is next to Which We Call a Rose. I know somebody wanted me to compare this, and this is Girl from Ipanema. This is next to Frenchie. This is How to Quit You. Here it is next to Marie. I honestly cannot remember what the new name is, so I'm sorry. This is with Birthday Bear. This is with Jolene. This is with Alyssa. This is We Go Together. Here it is with Delilah, which I think it's called Soulmate now. This is It's the Little Things. Here it is with Drama Queen. This is Birthday Brat. This is Cheer Bear. Here it is with Candy Girl. And at last, I wanted to put it with Barely Frio because it is the same finish, like the same shimmeriness. Alright, so the next polish I'm going to talk about is the famous High Fae. High Fae is described as a translucent polish with a teal shimmer finish, best used as a topper. So I've been getting a lot of questions about this polish, and yes, it's a topper, but if you want, you can use it on its own. There's no rules to that, but I have been getting a lot of comments about the comparison. So what I did notice initially is how much shimmer is in this polish compared to the other ones. That completely threw me off because not that the other ones don't have shimmer, but this one is just amplified so much more. If you're looking at the comparisons, the first one that I compared it to is Eat My Bubbles, which was like an obvious choice to be the first one. But to my surprise, when I compared it, Eat My Bubbles is way more blue toned. And like I said, it does not have as much shimmers as High Fae. Hopefully you can see it, the difference in the comparison. And High Fae is like the finish is actually a lot more teal based than the blue. And I feel like it has like a slight tint of a color. I just can't put my finger on it, but it has like a tiny tint. Hopefully you guys can tell that how much more shimmery High Fae is. So I feel like as a topper it would be way more intense. Not as intense as City of Stars, which I also compared it to here, but it does add intensity compared to Eat My Bubbles. The second one that I compared it to is Here Comes the Sun, and I feel like Here Comes the Sun does have more shimmers than Eat My Bubbles, but Here Comes the Sun is a yellow green based kind of topper, so they're both pretty different in my opinion. So that is basically the biggest difference to me, just like the undertone of the sparkles. Okay, so the next one that I compared it to is I'll Be Seeing You, and the only obvious thing is like the flecks of like that rose gold kind of color, but besides that the shimmer is just like a blue shimmery shift kind of polish. And the last one that I compared it to is City of Stars, which I love that polish so much. I think it's like my favorite topper. Obviously the chunks of glitter are way larger and there's like less of them compacted, and I feel like City of Stars is just so much more like silvery toned with like hollow rainbows. Okay, so the list of the bottle comparisons is not as long as the other ones. The first one that I have here is with La La Land. This is with Fuzzy Socks. This is with Sugar Baby. Some of them are kind of weird, but I just wanted to include them anyways. So this one is with Diamonds Are Forever. Here it is with Clara, or I think it's called Snowbite, Frostbite, something like that, I don't know. This is with Voulez-Vous. Here it is with Angel Baby. This is with Mirage. Here it is with 99% Angel. And this is with Birthday Bear. Okay, so the next one that I have here is called Wings and Things. Wings and Things is described as a coral pink opalescent polish with a green shift and shimmery finish. I actually really like this pink also. For the specific part that it says it's like a pink with a green shimmer, I think that is such fairy colors. I don't know about you guys, but when I think about fairies, I think about like pink, greens, like purple. Like this collection is so spot on with what I think about fairies. So this pink is very different than any other pink we have, especially those iridescent shifty kind of pinks. Okay, so if you're seeing the comparisons, the first one that I compared it to is Mean Girl, which I obviously knew I had to put it first just because it's probably the most similar one to it, even though they are such different pinks. The shift, obviously Mean Girl is blue and then Wings and Things is green, but even on top of that, I feel like the pink in Wings and Things is a lot more softer than Mean Girl. The next one that I compared it to is Birthday Bear, which I have not played with that polish in such a long time, so I'm really happy to bring it back. So obviously Birthday Bear is a very like yellow gold olivey kind of shimmer, but they are just such different types of shimmery pinks, so obviously I wanted to put it here for you guys. The next one that I compared it to is Frenchie, just because I knew I wanted to compare it to like a regular creme polish, and Frenchie is one of like the lightest pinks we have, but not light enough that it would contrast too much with it. Obviously they're very different. I just imagine how beautiful it looks on top of Frenchie. I gotta try that actually. And the next one that I compared it to is It's the Little Things, also a very soft pink, but I don't know which one I would like more, if It's the Little Things or Frenchie underneath Wings and Things, so I gotta try those out. But yeah, there is literally nothing like this polish in Light Lacquer, so if you're a pink kind of girly, definitely should get it. So since this is a pretty light pink, there's a lot of pink polishes that would look kind of crazy next to it. I did pick out the first one that is kind of crazy to compare to it, but the finish is kind of the same, so that's why I wanted to start off strong with this polish. This one is Unfortunate Souls, which obviously they're not similar, but they have kind of like the iridescent pearly kind of look, so I just wanted to show you guys just in case. This is with Strawberry Frosting. Here it is with Birthday Brat. This is Delilah or Soulmate, I think. This is with Marie. This is with Candy Clouds. This is with Mirage. This is with Desert Rose. This is with Cheer Bear. This is with Easy Bake. Here it is with Adeline or Clueless. This is with Love a Lot Bear. And this is with Candy Girl. Alright, so the next polish I have here is called La Luna. La Luna is described as a light mint green sheer polish with a fine hollow shimmery finish. When I first saw it, I immediately loved it, but when I started swatching it, that was a whole different story, just because I didn't realize how shimmery the polish actually was. This whole collection is so cool because you can just make it as translucent as you want or as opaque as you want. I love that I can just like alternate between that with these polishes. This one is just so beautiful, and I don't think we have a true minty shimmery polish in Light Lacquer, so it's really refreshing to see something like this in the collection. Obviously, I had so much fun comparing this one because I love my greens. So the first one that was very, very obvious to me that I had to compare was I Smell Snow. But to my surprise, there was a lot of differences between them. First of all, the undertone. I Smell Snow is more like yellowy green than La Luna. Also the shimmer. I Smell Snow is like the same finish as Diamonds Are Forever or Barely Frio and the new Fairy Floss. La Luna is just like a hollow. I think it described, yeah. It's like a hollowy, rainbowy, very fine thin shimmers. The next one that I compared it to is Taurus, just because it is also a light green, but obviously Taurus is more of an olivey, yellowy kind of toned green. The next one that I compared it to was Jefa, which is probably a little weird, but I wanted to add it here because it gave me kind of that same undertone vibe to it, even though La Luna is way lighter. But I feel like there's just something there. I don't know if you guys see it as well, but obviously they're so different. And the last one that I included was Melancholy. I thought this would be like higher, but obviously with I Smell Snow, I just had to replace that. And obviously because they are just so different, Melancholy is such a vibrant green. It almost makes it look like a neon green yellow kind of polish. So let me just show you guys the bottle comparisons. Okay, so this is a polish I really wanted to use, but for some reason I just didn't get to use it, and this is Old Money. This is with Tranquila y Tropical. This is with 52 Chevy. This is with Peppermint Patty. This is with Wish Bear. This is Bikini Bottoms. This is with Secret Garden. This is with To the Nines. And this is with Something Wicked. Okay, so the next color I have here is called Trust and Pixie Dust. Trust and Pixie Dust is described as a purple lilac sheer polish with a fine gold and green shimmer finish. Absolutely love this polish. It is so beautiful. Once you see it in the comparisons, you will see it build up, but this is a pretty sheer finish, just like with the one that follows this one. Okay, so the first one that I compared it to is the One Wear, just because it is one of the lightest purples we have, but you can totally tell how much cool toned the One Wear is. And obviously it's not a shimmer either. The next one that I compared it to is Lilac Wine, which is a tad bit on the warmer side from the One Wear, so that's why I kind of inclined to use it. It has a more similar undertone to Trust and Pixie Dust. The next one that I compared it to is Tiny is Mighty, just because it is also a very shimmery purple, but you can tell how much darker it is compared to Trust and Pixie Dust. And this one also has the same finish as like Barely Frio and the Diamonds Are Forever. And lastly, I compared it to Nebula. I love that polish. It is such an OG, but obviously I feel like Nebula is legit a shimmer like throughout the whole polish, and Pixie Dust does feel like a little bit of Pixie Dust sprinkled on a sheer purple polish. Hope that comparison helps. I love seeing them all together. They're so cute. Okay, I'm starting off strong with a polish I probably should have put in my comparison, but this one is compared to Lavender Rain. I think the only thing that threw me off was that Lavender Rain is way more blue toned in the shimmering department, so that's kind of why I decided not to put it, but I honestly should have, and I'm sorry. This one is next to Easy Bake. This is next to Super Freak. This is next to Grumpy Bear. Here is Dear Diary. This is Drama Queen. This is Unfortunate Souls. This is Birthday Wishes. This is Brujita. This is Sherry. This is Burberry. And this is Jukebox Baby. Okay, so the very last polish of the collection is called Ever After. Ever After is described as a pale blue sheer polish with a fine pink and blue shimmer finish. This polish is absolutely beautiful. They said this on their live, but this completely reminds me of Cinderella. Just the castle, the dress. Maybe the dress is a little bit more silver, but the name fits perfectly with it because it's just a magical moment. I love it. It's so beautiful. Obviously, this is a sheer polish as well, just like Trust and Pixie Dust. So if you're seeing the comparisons, the first one that I did is St. Clair. Obviously that was like the first one that popped into my brain, and then seeing them together, they just look so amazing. I can't even imagine how beautiful Ever After looks on top of St. Clair. But yeah, the undertone is there, like a dusty soft kind of blue, but obviously they're different finishes. So the one on my thumb is Cancer. I needed to put it here because it is so similar, even though to me it is more of a gray toned polish. They just look so similar. Obviously Ever After has more vibrancy with the shimmers, but they are very, very close. So the next one that I compared it to is Easy as Pie, just because it is a beautiful pale light blue that we have in Lights Lacquer. Obviously it's way lighter, more bright, but it's still in the baby blue family, so I thought I should put it here. And the very last one that I put here is Blue Moon, even though Blue Moon is more of a mid-tone kind of blue, but I figured I wanted to show you guys how light Ever After actually is. So hopefully this comparison helps. The first one that I have here is Moon River. This is Misfit Toys. This is Forget Me Nots. This is Our Mermaid's Not Sweet. This is with Chill Pill. This is Big Fish. This is We Were on a Break. And this is Bedtime Bear. Okay, so for the most dreadful part of all, I am gonna attempt to rank these, but I might explain myself as I go. So my last place, I put this one because it's probably the one that I will use the least. That's how I always generate my ranking. So this one is probably gonna go to a polish that I probably won't be wearing on a daily basis, and unfortunately it's gonna have to go to High Fae. I am just starting to read like the Akotar series, so I like it so far, and it kind of makes me sad to put this in last place. I'm not that advanced in the book. I'm still in the first book, so I still have a lot to go, and it makes me sad to put it because I know that I might regret it in the future as I go along with the book. Okay, my fifth place, it makes me so sad to put any of these less than another one, but this one also goes to the I'll probably wear this the least out of the whole collection. direction, and it's gonna have to go to Wings and Things, which I absolutely love that name. I love how it's like a pink shifting to green gold kind of thing, so it makes me really sad to put it here, but I like the other ones a little bit more. But this is such a beautiful delicate pink, and if you like pinks and you want to just go for a soft polish, I totally recommend this one. My number 4 is gonna have to go to Ever After. Same reason as the other ones. Basically, I like the other ones more and I'll probably wear them more often, but this blue is so dreamy. I have to do a like ranking all the polishes again because some of these are just gonna like whoop, go all the way to the top. My number 3 is going to go to this beautiful polish, Trust and Pixie Dust. I fell in love the second I saw this. I love purple. It's one of my favorite colors as well. I know we have a lot of purples, but this one is just so special and unique. I am so happy she's in the Light Slacker universe. All the names are adorable, but these like pixie related names, I'm just like, ah. Alright, my number 2. So for reference, my number 2 and number 1 are pretty much interchangeable. It kind of makes me sad to say this is my number 2, but like I said, it's interchangeable. I guess they're both like my number 1. Number 2 is gonna have to go to Fairy Floss. I want to put this as my number 1 so bad. And I'm not even a pink person. That is what's like making me like question myself, because I'm not a pink person. So the fact that this is so up top, it just goes to show how beautiful this pink is. I think it's because it's not such a fuchsia pink. It's a very calm, like it said, it was like a rose quartz kind of color, so that really attracted me to it. It's like a very calm, beautiful pink. Once I swatched it, I'm just like, all right, that's it. This is like my favorite pink in Light Slacker. And if you haven't guessed it by now, my number 1 is gonna be La Luna, for obvious reasons. It's so beautiful. I just love the shimmery, and I'm so happy we're going in this direction with greens, like adding more shimmery greens. But this is like, I'm stuck. I don't even know. They're both my number 1. Like if you had to choose, I'd these two for sure. And look how beautiful pink and green. It's such a fairy color. And to be honest, these 3, I would totally recommend these 3. They are such fairy colors. So freaking cute. But yeah, these number 2 and 1, I don't know. Alright, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't already, don't forget to use code ValZenDen10 at checkout. It really helps out my channel more than you could possibly imagine, and a huge shout out to all of you who have already used it. You guys are the freaking best. I love you so much, and thank you guys for always letting me know when you use my code. It makes me so happy, and if you guys want me to share it on my stories, you guys can just send me a DM on my pictures and I'll repost it for you. I just appreciate you guys so much, and hopefully you guys love this collection as much as I do. As a fairy enthusiast, I am beyond happy, and probably my favorite collection ever. It's just so beautiful. Let me know what your ranking is or what your favorites are. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I would really appreciate it. I love you guys so much, and thank you guys so much, Light Slacker. I will see you guys on the next one.